Voting security has weighed heavily on the public's mind in recent elections. Claims of voter fraud and election meddling questions the integrity of the U.S. election system. Dr. Chris Cooper, professor of political science and public affairs, puts these worries to bed.
And you do see kind of one-offs or two-offs, but it's not really systematic voter fraud. What you tend to see is, somebody who might have forgotten that they voted ahead of time, right? Somebody who has dementia. But in terms of really widespread systematic voter fraud, the kind that could change an election, it's a rounding error from zero.
In recent elections, some are claiming that election machines have been hacked. The setup of the machines prevents the machines from being tampered with.
Once you're given your ballot, you then take it to a ballot marking device. That ballot marking device is not connected to the internet in any way. And then you go and actually cast that ballot, and the same thing is true there. That machine is also not connected to the internet, has no way to be connected to the internet. The way those ballots are ultimately counted is that they essentially have a very fancy jump drive and or flash drive, and they take that back to the County Board of Elections, and that's when they upload it to the state system. Really, there's no way at all to hack it. And then to make things even more complicated, we got 100 counties in the state of North Carolina. They use 3 different kinds of voting machines. So if you wanted to hack even in North Carolina, you'd have to learn how to hack 3 different kinds of voting machines. Oh, and by the way, the other 49 states do it a completely different way.
The official election process includes input from both sides of the aisle. At each polling location, there is a partisan judge from both the Republican and Democratic parties that act as an overseer of the process to ensure there is no partisanship.
Whenever you vote by curbside, so you would show up obviously at the curbside, and then there'd be a greeter who would say, why are you here? You'd say, I want to vote curbside. They then send a bipartisan team out to your car. And that bipartisan team of a Democrat and a Republican watches you fill it out. Now, not the details. There's actually a privacy screen they put over it. The bipartisan team then takes it, puts it in an envelope, walks it to the to the polling site together. So again, it'd be very difficult, if not impossible, to be able to cheat. And if you were going to cheat, you'd somehow have to have a Democrat and a Republican in on the deal.
Stuffing the ballot boxes is also a concern for voters.
Election workers cannot just add extra ballots to the machine, so there are counts every day, multiple times a day, by bipartisan teams with multiple eyes that make sure that the number of ballots cast equals the number of ballots that are counted at the end of the day.
There are many fail-safes in place to ensure that the voting process is secure. If any discrepancies are found, they are investigated and resolved by the County Board of Elections, with the aid of the State Board of Elections. For more information, contact your local Board of Elections.